Never mind the other noise. So I sent you a link for a reading. Did you read it? Have you read the text of regarding the ST and the Philippines? Did you receive it? Tama ba? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, so uh, I believe I sent you the copy of Olivia Kawili's History of SNT in the Philippines. I hope you read it. Okay, for your midterms, I'm thinking of giving it to you online. Okay lang ba yun? Probably on Friday.
Okay lang po, sir.
Boss.
Okay, sige. I-online ko na lang sa Friday ang exam natin dito. I think including the Anakem class. Okay. So for now, let's discuss the third topic, which is still part of the midterm exam. Okay, wait a minute. And after today, you will have to do another group activity that is again still part of the finals. Okay, the midterms. Okay, wait a minute. Let me share it. Can you see it now? Can you see it now?
Can you see? No po,
Wala
sir.
po, boss.
Okay na po, sir.
Okay na? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just take a screenshot for a while before I continue. Okay, are you ready now? Okay, so the third topic is SNT and nation building, science and technology and nation building. Uh, Basically, we will talk about the role and the effects of science and technology, the development of SNT in the nation building of the country. Okay, so uh, how did science and technology helped create the country that we are living today? What are the things that the Philippine government started or spearheaded to usher in the 21st century development through SNT. So we'll talk about that today. Now, as I've mentioned, I've sent you a copy of Olivia Kawili's A History of Science and Technology in the Philippines. And I think that was uh, 2 weeks ago. And that particular essay has around 5 to 6 pages. Tama ba? Did you receive it? Na-receive niyo ba yon? Give me a thumbs up if you received it. Hello? Did you? Okay. So, baka ano lang, medyo mahina ang internet ko kaya hindi ko nakikita agad ang mga reactions nyo. Anyway, so that particular reaction, uh, I mean, essay, talked about the history almost, the how science and technology help build again the country, and you could basically classify the history of SNT in the Philippines through these three different stages of our history as a country, no? Pre-colonial, colonial, and post-colonial. Sorry. Okay, so pre-colonial, colonial, and post-colonial. Now, your pre-colonial obviously talks about the Philippines prior to the arrival of the Spaniards. No? So prior to 1520s, okay, that's pre-colonial Philippines. Colonial Philippines starts with the colonization of the country by the Spaniards up to World War II, and then post-colonial would be after World War II. Okay, so that's the distinction between these three different time frames. Now, pre-colonial Philippines, okay, although even if you could say that by this time the Philippines are inhabited by people who were uh, uh, we could say that these are indigenous Filipinos, but it doesn't mean that by this time, pre-colonial, the Philippines or the inhabitants of the different islands of the Philippines does not have anything related to science and technology. Okay, as you all know, when you talk about science and technology, it doesn't really mean it doesn't uh, talks talk about only those that are present today, not yung modern technologies that we have like the internet or machines and the likes, no? But as simple as agriculture can be considered as science and technology. So for example, uh, the science of farming or and race animal raising, animal husbandry, okay, uh, is already known prior to the colonization. So people then were already doing farming. They are already cultivating grains like rice, okay, mostly rice, okay, because corn was um, introduced by the Spaniards, no, from South America. So prior to that, we just like any other established societies then in Southeast Asia, in Asia, we were uh, already cultivating rice and other crops, no, root crops, for example, and some fruits. So in doing so, they have built different technologies. No, they are already using stone tools. No, although these are simple stone tools, Although these are simple steel tools, okay, these are still part of the realm of technology. Okay, so other than that, the most indigenous Filipinos, no, in most tribes, they have their own version of uh, shall we say, a shaman or someone who deals the uh, with medicinal plants, for example, or talking with the ancestors. Okay, and these shamans, no, mga Bisaya pa, mga mananambal, we call them mananambal, no. Uh, these individuals, no, in a village were called upon every time someone is sick. So they know what types or what particular species of plants available in the environment can be used to cure certain common diseases. So they already have herbal medicine. Uh, Again, science. This is science because how do you define science? Ba? Science is just uh, um, knowledge based on facts, right? And if you are someone living in a village who uses a particular plant product to cure common illness like back pains, toothache, and whatnot, um, you are actually doing so based on the knowledge that are being passed to you. So basically, these are facts, no, or knowledge based on facts. Although, although it doesn't mean that what is factual to a certain population is also factual to other population. Okay. What else? They have their own versions of transport. They have terrestrial or maritime transport. Okay. Prior to the colonization of Spaniards in the Philippines, most tribes, no, in Luzon, in Batanes, in Luzon, in Ilocos, up to somewhere in Palawan and some parts of Visayas and Mindanao were already in trade with the Chinese. No? So how can they do that? They could do that if they have maritime transportation. No? So they build they were able to use the seas, the ocean, to travel from one place to another. In fact, di ba nga sa history nyo na klase dati, no? The word barangay comes from the word balangay, which actually is a boat. Tama? Boat used by Southeast Asians, the Malay race, where we are mostly from. No? That's why if you look at people from Thailand, from Indonesia, no, from these countries, no, in Southeast Asia, you would think that they were Filipinos because we come from the same race. No? They also have engineering. So we are all familiar with the rice terraces in the Cordilleras. These rice terraces were built by hand and some simple steel and stone tools by the ancient Ifugaos. No, they were able to do kaingin. No, they cut out all the trees in the mountains of Cordilleras, and then they by hand they were able to use to create these terraces where they plant rice. And amazingly, these terraces have their own water or irrigation system. No? So such that those even in the uppermost terrace will have its own source of water, and it will just trickle down to the terrace at the bottom of the valley or the mountain. Okay, and these are uh, uh, shall we could say very innovative and um, transformational, no? Because uh, as you know, no, when you cultivate rice, especially in the first few months of the cultivation of rice, kailangan niya ng maraming tubig, correct? Sino ba dito may farmer na tatay o malapit sa palayan? Di ba kailangan ng maraming tubig? Now, if you are in the mountain, obviously, pag hindi mo wala kang patag na area sa mountain, you cannot hold the water. So you have to do something about it. That's why we have the terraces. Although it's not the rice terraces that we know is not exclusive in the Philippines. No, you could also see the same technique and the same technology, no, uh, in China, in Vietnam, and other parts of Southeast Asia. Okay, so that's pre-colonial. Okay, so again, the bottom line here is even prior to the coming in of the colonizers, the Spaniards. Okay, we were already trading with other culture, no, and because of that, we already have our own science and technology. Now, when the in the colonial periods, no, especially in the Spanish colonization of the country, okay, uh, well, we cannot deny the fact that this this part of our history is somehow very damaging on our race, no? As Philippine, as a country, as a race, no? Pero they also brought here things that were essential in the development of SNT in the Philippines. So, for example, they were the ones who introduced large infrastructures, no, walls, roads, bridges. Okay, because by this time, no, early 1500s, okay, this is also the time of Renaissance in Europe, right? So, ito yung panahon nila Michelangelo, Donatello, 1500s, right? So, the Spaniards were able to bring those technologies to the Philippines. No? So, they were the ones who, although, well, ginawa nilang slave yung mga tao, but at pinagawa sila ng roads, no, bridges, okay, which made transportation much more easier in the future naman yun. Now, they also uh, introduced to us health and education system. No, although it's just the Principalia class or yung mga in the first few decades of their occupation in the Philippines, yung mga pinapaaral lang naman nila, yung mga Spaniards lang din, yung mga true-blooded Spaniards, no, mga anak ng mga colonizers din, or yung mga anak ng mga yayamang Pilipino, mga ganon, no, Principalia class. Even today until now, no, we still have the kumbaga remnants of that particular part of our past. No, we still have schools, universities in the Philippines that were founded by Spaniards. No, of course, you know of UST, no? Well, the oldest in Asia, are part of colonization. Okay. Now, another bitter part of our history, of course, is when the Americans bought us from the Spaniards. Huh? Are you still listening? Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, di ba may part ng history natin is the Treaty of Paris. Are you familiar with that? You've heard of that, of course, tama? Sa high school, elementary. Ano yung nangyari dun sa Treaty of Paris? Do you remember? Anyone? Just butt in, please. If you can remember what happened then. Phoebe.
I'm not sure, sir, pero like, gibaligi ata ang Philippines for $20,000.
Yes. No? So, uh, that particular part of our history is when the Americans bought us from Spain. Tama? So, binili nila tayo. No? Ang kakapal ng mukha ng Amerikano. Binili nila tayo for that particular amount. Okay? And so, after the Spaniards, we have the Americans, our next colonizer. Correct? So that's a dark past, part of our past. But again, if you look at the science and technology side, okay, Americans naman, um, kumbaga, the Americans lifted or modernized the science or the aspect of life in the Philippines. Because by that time, no, late mga 1890s, 1898, no, prior to the prior to the 1900s, okay, by that time, Spain was in decline already. No, the kingdom of Spain, the empire of Spain is in decline, and then the U.S. is uh, is revealing itself as the next world power, right? So sila naman panahon naman ng Amerikano, ng Amerika. Okay? So by this time, no, Americans also introduced their way of education, no, and as written here, almost all aspect of life, medicine, education, transportation, all of these uh, were lifted, no, through the American occupation. Okay, in fact, no, UP, which was established in 1901, was established by Americans, the University of the Philippines. No, so many other school system in the Philippines were established during the American occupation. Okay, prior to World War One. Okay, nung sila pa lang ang colonizer natin. So remember, don't be confused. There was a time when the Americans were the heroes, correct? Do you know Douglas MacArthur?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so si MacArthur, yung tatay niya colonizer sa Pilipinas, pero yung anak si I Shall Return, remember? Tama. That was in the Second World War, 1940s na 'yon. By that time, we were already viewing the Americans as our allies and our savior from the Japanese naman. No? But prior to that, early 1900s, colonizer ang mga Amerikano. Okay? So don't be confused by that. Okay? But again, if you're just looking at it in the science and technology side of things, these histories that we had with these people, this culture, paved the way for the development, for the better naman, ng science and technology in the Philippines. Okay? And then, after World War II na, no, that's post-colonial, okay, for example, under former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., not Bongbong, but his father, no, uh, the government already established science and technology agencies like the Pag-asa, the National Academy of Science and Technology, NSTA, no, which is now under one big Department of Science and Technology, the DOST. And the DOST now is a big department where your Pag-asa, your NAS, your PSHERD, your PCHRD are all under. Okay? Question so far? Okay. So, if you have read the essay by Olivia Kawili, no? How would you answer these questions here? No? Questions like, what have you observed when you trace the development of SNT from pre-colonial times up to present? And what do you think are the major contributions of science and technology to the Philippine nation building? Now, kindly take note of these questions because I want you to answer this individually later, no? As an individual assignment. No? Or probably I would make this as a quiz. Can you take a copy of this one, or take a screenshot of this slide? But anyway, I will give you the entire PowerPoint naman. Pero just to make sure. Done? Okay. So again, I want you to answer that later. Okay. Now, uh, I have here some of the things that the government is doing as part of nation building, no? Nation building, yung pagpapatibay ng bansa ng Pilipinas. Now this one is a document from the Duterte administration, no? The Philippine Development Plan. The Philippine Development Plan. Now every administration, every time na meron tayong bagong president, no? Nagkakaroon tayo ng bagong development plan for that particular uh, presidential administration. Now, this one is the Duterte administration, no, from 2017 to 2022. So, mayroon na naman tayong bago under President Marcos Jr., no, na Philippine Development Plan. But is done and produced by NEDA, or the National Economic and Development Authority. Si NEDA ang nagpaplano kung paano natin gagawing maging mas mabuti sa lahat ng Pinas. That's the mandate of NEDA. Okay? So this particular development plan would constitute all the different plans of the Philippines in different sectors, for the different sectors of the country to or the difference. Okay, so meron dito sa part ng development PD, plan para sa health, may plan para sa agriculture, may plano para sa peace and order, sa economic. Of course, syempre, meron din plans, technology, science, technology, and innovation. So these are the so ibig sabihin, the Philippines, just like any other country, has a plan, not to improve the state of science, technology, and innovation in the country. Okay. So this was, again, this particular document was released in 2017, and this particular document is from 2017 to 2022. So by 2017, the goal of this particular document, ito na yun, for SNT. Okay, this is the part for SNT lang. Okay, by 2022, can you read this? Are you able to read the slide? Ayan, is that better? So by 2022, ito yung goal, no? The efficiency and productivity of agriculture, industry, services sectors will be improved, no? New public goods and services will be technology and so ito yung mga strategies dito. Increase science technology, agriculture na ginagawa. Hanggang ngayon ginagawa pa rin ang modernization, right? Pagbili ng mga harvester, diretso pressure, make harvesting, for example, more efficient. No? improvement of production of goods and services, no? Agricultural goods, okay? Sa industry and service sectors. Increase the investment in STI-based startups, enterprises, and spin-offs. Increase investments in STI-based startups, enterprises, and spin-offs. Um, in particular, no, SKSU is a beneficiary of this second strategy. Okay, actually twice. No, SKSU has ATBI, Agricultural Technology Business Incubation. It's a program by the government through DOST PICAARD that will help small, medium, micro, small, and medium enterprises in agriculture para ma-improve ang kanilang businesses. And then another TBI, which I am part of, is Technology Business Incubation. And in that TBI, which will be launched on June, okay, we'll launch it in June. We will help local startups, technology startups, no? So kung meron kayong mga business na gusto niyo ipa-improve, no? Magbigyan kayo ng idea paano niyo i-improve ang business niyo, gumawa ng business plan, i-market ang product niyo na technology based, you are invited to be part of our incubation. Okay? So merong budget na binigay sa amin ng DOST. Okay, what else? To enhance the creative capacity for knowledge and technology generation, acquisition, and adoption. No, which part of this is support of research and development agenda. No, as you know, I have a project with the DOST. It's the development of forensic mole bio lab in SKSU. Okay, so it's funded by the DOST. So we will buy the machines, the equipment necessary for a molecular biology laboratory. That is in support of research and development, and to strengthen collaboration among actors in the STI ecosystem. That includes the government, the academe, and the industry. So mga non-government organizations. That's why today you could hear things like PPP or private, public-private partnership. No, projects. Projects like roads, no, mga flyovers, mga bridges that are created by private sector in response to the needs of the government. So partner ang public at ang private organizations. Okay, so these are just some of the different Filipinos that became famous for inventing something. I'm sure you're mostly familiar with these Filipinos, no? Pedro Flores, Aguilar for erythromycin, Ilagan for banana ketchup, Kisumbing for the quick ink, and so on. Now, most of these were discussed from the last topic kasi may di ba may mga Filipino inventions tayo, no? I think you've met in essence si Diosdado Banatao, right? And Fidel Mundo and Ilagan, Maria Orosa E. Ilagan. Right? So ito yung mga great Filipino inventors. Now we have a lot of other inventors, no? We also have great Filipino scientists. Okay, so we have Ramon Barba, no, who spearheaded the development of mango tissue culture. That's why the Philippines now is one of the best producers of mangoes in the world. Now we export mangoes all over the world. We have Fabian Derrit, no? Which is known for his research on herbal medicine. No? Dr. Derrit was once the DOH secretary. No? I think in the Gloria Macapagal administration. He is a part of Ateneo de Manila University na faculty no, sa chemistry nila. You have Cesar Saloma, no? Renowned physicist. And who else? William Padolina, no? William Padolina, no? Chemistry and president of NAS. Um, si Dr. Padolina, no? Today is national scientist, no? William Padolina. Okay, and lastly here we have Dr. Angel Alcala. Angel Alcala is a marine scientist and an herpetologist. He is a professor emeritus of, medyo matanda na si Dr. Alcala ngayon. I'm not sure kung buhay pa siya. I think so. But Dr. Alcala is from Dumaguete, no? Siliman University in Dumaguete. Okay, so all of these are great in their different in their fields, no? And mind you, no, there's nothing that are stopping any one of you to become a great scientist, no? Because as early as now, I could say that you are a scientist because you are studying to become a medical laboratory scientist, right? You become a scientist, not just a technologist, but a scientist. Okay, so you will uh, discover new knowledge and build new technologies in the future. So you will become a scientist and a technologist, right? Okay, so as I've said, this a short lecture. Um, Now this is your third and your last group activity for the midterms. Okay, this time, since you already have your groups, I want you each group. I hope you're still listening. I want you to identify a relevant policy, law. Take a screenshot if you want. Identify a relevant policy, law, or program that the Philippine government has which is connected with science and technology. Example would be Clean Air Act, RH Law, Reproductive Health Law, Philippine Technology Transfer Act, and etc. Okay? So anything related to science and technology or science or technology. Okay? Cyber, criminal law, whatever. Okay? Now, if you identify that, isa lang kailangan nyo identify per group. You have to evaluate that policy. Most likely, that policy is available online. Pwede nyo i-search yan at pwede nyo ma-download ang tibuok ni mga the entire law, no, mga provisions of the law. And you could even have mga snippets and mga things that discusses what the law is really for. Okay, and even the punishments and if you violate that particular law. So that's part of your group activity. So you evaluate your chosen law and in terms of their contributions to nation building. How will they contribute to nation building? No? And if you have all those information, I want you to prepare a 3 to 5 minute AVP, audio video presentation, to be uploaded on YouTube. And I want everyone to be seen in each of the videos, showing all the members of the group presenting their thoughts and opinions about the chosen policy. Now, which that means one of you should create a YouTube channel for the class, and all the groups will post their videos on that particular channel for everyone to see. Claro? So I need a volunteer to create the YouTube channel kung saan nyo i-download, i-upload ang channel, excuse me, ang video. And then once you have that, everyone please subscribe to the channel at least for this semester, no? Tapos doon natin panoorin ang mga videos ninyo. Hindi naman paramihan ng likes, wala namang ganon. So, who will volunteer to create the channel? Madali lang naman siguro mag-create ng channel, diba? If you don't want to use your email, just create another email. for the channel. Okay, so sino mag-volunteer? Anyone? Kailan po ang passing self? Kailan nyo kayang magawa? Can you do it? Can you do it by Monday next week? Can you do it by Monday next week? So, okay lang yan. Nikos, bakit? Kaya? Sige. Kailan? Propose a date. When will you be able to upload your videos online sa YouTube? Monday next week? Kaya yon? Walang walang reaction? Kung wala, edi okay na yan. Okay? So, again, one of you should create videos on that particular channel para you upload the videos next week, Monday. Is that clear? Okay? So, pwede nyo, gawan nyo ng paraan kung paano nyo gawin ang video nyo. Basta meron kayong video, i-video yung sarili nyo, gawa kayo ng vlog, okay? Whatever you do, basta in a video format, audio video format, you could impose some characters, some text, kayo na bahala. I know that you're very creative and this is just an easy project for all of you. Okay? Sir, pwede daw po, first week April. First week April, okay, wait. Anong araw na ba ngayon? 27. First Monday, April. Okay lang? April 1 to April 3. That should be enough. Tama?
Sir.
Okay, sige. So, April 3, no? I hope everyone is ready by then. Dapat gawin nyo na bago ang holiday. Okay, wala may mabuhat sa holiday. Tama? Okay? So, kayo bahala kung saan nyo gawin. Kayo na bahala. No? 3 to 5 minutes. That should be long enough. Na, kung talagang sobrang dami nyong gustong sabihin, okay na yon. Basta at least 3 minutes. Okay? Audio, video, presentation. No? If you want to have an idea, just search on YouTube yung mga ganitong, marami sa YouTube ang ganun. Okay? So, just make sure pala, you talk among yourselves na walang magdoble na, ng mga law. Sobrang dami ng batas sa Pilipinas. So, bawal ang magdoble na group. Okay? At isang batas lang ang okay, ang kailangan nyong gawin. Now, kung wala kayo talaga makitang law, national law, pwede local legislation. Bawa lang, batas lang sa takurong kung gusto niyo, walang problema. Okay? Basta it's a relevant policy or law or program. Again, policy, law or program. So not necessarily batas na pag batas mo ka ng RA, Republic Act. Pwede lang siya program like Clean and Green program, whatever. Kayo na bahala. Basta related to science and technology. And when I say science, I mean physical science, I mean natural science, whatever. Okay? Okay. So, do you have anything else to say? If there's none, can you open your camera, please, for your attendance? I'll just take a screenshot. Wait ha. Wait, please. One more time, wait. Let me close the shared screen. So tomorrow I will see you again 1 o'clock for our last lecture before the midterms for Anakem. Okay lang? Okay, sige. So see you tomorrow by 1 p.m. Wait. Okay. Wait. Sorry. Uh, sige. Okay. So for those who want to smile, okay lang. Walang bayad. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Pahina ng internet ko. Hindi ko na nakita sarili ko. Anyway. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Online for the whole week. Even your exams. Okay? Sige.
Thank you po.
For everyone.